I don't necessarily think that would happen. Or at least I have a hard time seeing that happening with any of our current players. But here we go. We're getting into our next game. We're getting into our fresh series here, into our best of 3. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have our red Terran player. We have our South Korean Terran representing Shopify. It is ByuN. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the blue Terran player, the blue Terran player himself, representing Team Liquid. It is a Cure. Someone could just want to annoy the other guy and get him out of his comfort zone, give you an advantage. That's what I mean. Like, I don't see that happening in current StarCraft. Like, again, maybe in many years past when there were some players that are willing to do that sort of thing, but like, that's not, yeah, I don't see that happening currently, at least, you know, with our current player base. But now they're 2x, so it's going to be 2x Reaper here at a Cure. Cure, he is going to be opening up with a very aggressive build, and what I appreciate here is that your standard proxy location is actually here outside of the main. It's actually here outside of the main base, typically at the 3rd location, but here it's actually a little bit further out in between the 3rd and the 4th. So a much more peculiar location here for Cure. It's further back, which will delay it, but we'll see if ByuN double gas opener. ByuN, he's going to be fine. If you're in the chat, predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat. Best of luck. We kind of had to happen with Australia and someone. I remember this whole banter and it just resolved itself. Yeah, like I can maybe see that happening between like ByuN and Maru, like because ByuN and Maru are really close friends and because they always mess with each other, like for lols, I can see them doing that. I can see that happening with like ByuN and Maru, or who else can I see that happening with? Like maybe Raynor and Serral, maybe. Just because Raynor's a memer. I agree, like I can see that happening with like Australia Scarlets, right? Like 2 players that are like really good friends and that they like messing with each other. I can see that happening. Cure does rotate in. Oh, boys are being pulled, and so far does a pull in time. Again, ByuN has to be careful. Oh, not to lose the first Reaper. Reaper getting low, but alas, yeah, ByuN will shut this down. He will shut this down. He trades 1 for 1. Hellion is on the way. All this is about is buying time for the Hellion. The Hellion is almost done because of the double gas opener. So again, ByuN did roll the dice well, did play safe, and will shut this down. So ByuN shuts down the proxy. Cure is forced back, and Cure, he should be starting his transition. There we go, factories on the way into CC. Just a reminder as to what happened and why I brought up that it was double gas. Double gas opener out of ByuN was very safe. It means faster factory. Because of the faster factory, faster Hellion, which means easier defense here for ByuN. If ByuN had gone for a single gas opener, if he had gone for a faster natural base, then ByuN would be in trouble. But again, when it came to the openers, he rolled the dice, did roll well, is safe. So ByuN is safe. Cure, he has to back off, he has to transition, and he throws down his CC back at home. So command center is on the way. Cure is going to be expanding. And from here, ByuN is in a better position. ByuN, he has the faster factory, better add-ons, faster starport, faster CC. ByuN is strictly ahead currently, but there are ways to come back for Cure. Like if ByuN is out of position, if ByuN moves out to the low ground, if he goes for a drop, there are maybe moments where ByuN is a little bit vulnerable and Cure could abuse that. Cure still has all these Reapers, so there is value here. There's potential for some kind of economic damage, but the pressure is very much so on Cure. Pressure is on. Rax is going to burn down. Where's that natural CC for Cure? Does have that natural. Oh. So far, speaking of catching out a drop, not bad. ByuN, he will lose the medevac. He'll lose the medevac. He'll lose the almost the Cyclone as well. The Cyclone is trapped, by the way. It's trapped in the island. So a rough start there for ByuN. Likewise, he gets caught out, and this is what Cure was hoping for, to catch out a drop, and ByuN, he gets caught with his pants down. Now the Cyclone is under fire. He has to pull back. The Cyclone is going to barely go down for the cost of the Reaper Hellion. So a very nice trade here for Cure. He does trade out his Reaper Hellion as best he can. It takes down a Medevac, takes down a Cyclone, takes down a couple of Reapers as well. Not bad. Not bad. Likewise, this Cyclone is trapped. he's just trapped in the center. He'll eventually be broken out as we're knocking down those rocks. Feels Cyclone, man. At least he kept it alive. Did keep it alive. Likewise, third base on location. And we'll knock it down. Meanwhile, back at home, Cure building up, getting his third CC. After an intense early game, we're going to be calming things down and getting into a longer game state instead. Because of the catch of the Medevac, because of the catch of the Cyclone, I would say that Cure is in a better I would say he's in a better position than he once was. He's recovering. Cure does have a tank lead, more importantly. Now, as Cure has more tanks, what does ByuN have? ByuN has Ravens. Ravens and Disable has Research Interference Matrix. So ByuN, even with a lower tank count, he can shut this down. We'll see if he will. Okay, sieged up, does spot the army. Tank volley goes up. A nice start there for ByuN. Cure behind this, following it up with those Liberators. Cure pushing forward behind this, is getting his third CC. Getting his third base. So far, Curie does have air control, zoning back the Ravens. He's got those Vikings. Slowly gaining ground, pushing forward. Oh, it's a lock-on. Psycho does pull away in time. And as we are being forced back, those Ravens are building more energy. Gets a Liberator, nice pickup. Oof. Yeah, ByuN overextends, loses one of the tanks, loses the Cyclone, massive pickups. More Liberation has arrived, and Cure, can he pull this off? It's still so close, so tense. Oh no! Okay, let's be careful. Does have to be careful. These Liberation zones are going to be a big problem here for ByuN. ByuN, he cannot push in. And going for the drop. Going for the drop instead. May attempt to force around. Scan reveals the Medevacs. Ravens are coming in, the boys are being pulled, and he does go for the stem. Here we get the Master Sable here on two of the tanks. We get two tanks. The Liberators are going to barely go down. Whew, and ByuN, he will hold. He will hold, he will clean this up. Will cost him 11 SCVs, but ByuN does survive. And now it's time to counterattack. It's time to counterattack back at home. What do we have to defend? There is one Liberator, one tank behind this, getting to Bio, getting to Stim. Cure, he needs a little bit more time. The supply here is heavily in favor of ByuN. The army supply, I mean. Gets the Liberator, not bad. The Liberator goes down, but the army is overstimmed. Curie does siege. Sieged up back at home. The longer this goes on, the better it's going to be for Cure. Does have the better economy, has the higher worker count. ByuN getting within range. Within range, gets an SCV. Takes down the Gas Geyser. Not bad. And now the turrets have tabled. Suddenly, Cure, he's contained. Cure, he's contained. He's being denied his third base. This is all that ByuN needs to do, is just to force a lift. And deny mining time. Cure, he has no Liberators left. He has no Ravens of his own. Here come the Disables. Yeah, gets one, he gets two. Now we can stim in. ByuN, he has Zana. He stims on forward. It goes for the CC. He will bring it down. Just barely. And he wants everything else as well. He wants the tanks. Ooh, does pick up. It's forced back. And Cure, now he's down to base. Now he's down to base. Down in expansion. Liberator shut down real quick. Takes down the Viking. Will bleed out one of the Ravens. Behind this, ByuN getting a 4th CC on location, while Cure is still only on 2 bases. And Cure's in trouble. Here he is in trouble. ByuN dropping into the main. Oh, deflected by the turret. It's deflected. And GG. And GG gets called. The writing is on the wall. Cure in a mirror matchup down in expansion. There's no way to bounce back, and ByuN takes a lead. GG, well played. ByuN does take a lead in the series. Again, ByuN having a very fortunate opener, able to open up safely. He shuts down the proxy, but then we had a back and forth. Cure, he had a nice moment as well with his early push, wedging his way in between the bases. Alas, he got surrounded, he got completely shut down, and with that, Cure, he lost everything. Once he lost his main army, that was a game. That was a game then and there. Cure just could not save his third base, could not save his expansion. GG. GG, well played. ByuN does take a lead, and I'm hoping for an ace match. I'm hoping for a back and forth. The pressure is now very much so on Cure. We'll see if he can recover. We'll see if he can recover. I stand by what I said earlier, that Cure, he has the highest chance to actually bring Clem down, but they never played. They never played here tonight. Cure, he got knocked down by Shin instead, and now Cure is up against ByuN, and he's struggling. Oh boy. We'll see if he can recover. As spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of lane lines, we have the red Terran player, the South Korean Terran representing Shopify, leading the series 1-0. It is ByuN. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the South Korean Terran player, the blue Terran representing Team Liquid. It is Cure. Here we go. As we are going to be calming things down and settling in. This time Cure, he's back at home. This time there is no proxy. Doesn't send out the SCV. This time the Rax is back at home instead. Does open up double gas, and so does ByuN. Not a single one of our players here does open economically. We're a little bit too scared for that, and I do respect that. I understand that, especially in a TvT, a Korean TvT. I mean, I'm sure that Cure was expecting ByuN to even proxy 2 Rax as a response. Like that, I would not put that past ByuN at all. So you go proxy 2 Rax here in game 2. So both players calming down, double gas, faster factory, delayed CC. Settling in. From here we're just taking out gases. Factories are being thrown down. And we're really looking for any kind of major deviation here, as we're going to be expanding, getting to our Reaper Hellion. We'll see if either player does move out. It is very uncommon to be aggressive with the first couple of Reapers, just because you don't know if your opponent opened up a Reactored Reaper or if they opened up 2 Rax Reaper. There are different openers that can shut you down. So right now we're looking for proxies. So ByuN checks his 3rd location. Cure also checks his 3rd location. So we're just looking for proxies, and we're staying at home. Again, it is considered unwise to move out with your first Reaper. As ByuN checks his 4th location as well. ByuN, very paranoid. Wants to make sure he's okay. Here, he didn't go that far. Wait for his 2nd Reaper. Now he can move out. Now he's safe to do so. Behind this, reinforcing with Hellions. Likewise, ByuN going for the same build. Same setup, same build. ByuN actually is going for a faster starport. Okay, he's going to be delaying any kind of Reaper production, going Reactor into starport. So instead, ByuN is going to have a smaller army. Meanwhile, Cure, he's continuing with another Reaper. Curious Spy gets into the base, delays the starport. Nicely done. And hoping to delay the CC. We'll see if he can. Hellion taking a lot of hits, takes a lot of damage. Ooh, does go down. And with that, not a bad delay here on the starport. Gets an SCV. Cure, he pulls back. And behind this, going for his own 1-1-1. So calming things down. See ByuN going for his own drop play. And Cure, going for a tech lab instead. So Cure's going to be the defender. He's going to be the defender, building up Cyclones, building up and getting into, I would imagine, Raven production. It is not uncommon to open up Banshee. Banshees are viable here, but yeah, it's going to be Raven instead. So Raven opener here by Cure. Drop play out of ByuN. Now, as we even saw in the last game, Ravens, they can gain a lot of value over time, and they can be very impactful in TvT. It was ByuN that was making use of the Ravens last game. This time, it's going to be Cure instead, as Inverter Matrix is being researched, getting into that disable. Likewise, ByuN is doing the same, but is one step behind. He's going to be down a Raven, as the first Raven is about to finish up for Cure. And again, that is all because of this medevac opener. This means that this drop has to get damage done. ByuN moves out and does hit the main. Does go for the mineral line, getting an SCV, gets one. But he has to get the hell out of here. Does pull out, does pull away. Forced to unload, going for the Raven. Oh, can he get it? Oh, he does. Massive pickoff. The Raven goes down, but the lock-on is brutal, and he will not escape. Yeah, ByuN, he will not get out. And was this worth it? He will lose a medevac for a Raven. If that was the only trade, I would say it was worth it, but he also lost a Cyclone, he lost a couple of Marines. There was a lot in that drop. But a nice snipe nonetheless. Behind this, third CC. Third CC is on the way for Cure, third CC is on the way for ByuN. I think I would go as far as to say that that was worth it for ByuN, bearing in mind that he had delayed his own Raven production, so he was behind in Raven counts. Now he is going to be ahead, as Cure is getting into Vikings, and ByuN does make a second Raven. So ByuN is up in the Raven count. Meanwhile, Cure is going to be up in the Viking count instead. We also saw that if you have air control, that can lead into fast Liberators, and Liberators can be very difficult to deal with as well. Let's see if Cure does go that far. For now, moving out. Does move out. ByuN likewise dips into the main. Here he doesn't flinch. Massing up in the center. ByuN is already pre-sieged. He is sieged up. Here he threatens a dive. Doesn't quite go for it. Does pull away for now. Does pull away, does pull back. ByuN landing his third base on location. And Cure, he does make his way onto the same point of elevation here as ByuN, going for a different angle. He gets spotted. ByuN has to reposition. Bearing in mind that Cure has those disables, so does ByuN. And Cure doesn't like what he sees, he backs off. He scanned, he saw the setup, he saw the concave, saw the additional Raven, he wants none of it, he backs off. It's a really mature decision here by Cure. I would say there is a lot of pressure on Cure to actually trade, but he doesn't want to take a bad fight. So Cure, he rotates. ByuN, he doesn't see this rotation. Uh-oh. Cure, he goes through the south side. Once again, he avoids the ramp. He's already on the high ground. ByuN, he doesn't send out a Marine. He doesn't see this. He does have some tanks in position, but he does unsiege everything. Going forward with harass instead. That means he has no disables back at home. SCV's going to be going down. It's going to be a one-way trip. Raven's going to be falling. Here comes Cure. The tanks are on siege. Yeah, ByuN, he's not ready for this. Cure, he gets within range. CC is going to be denied. Tank is going to go down as well. Brutal pickoff. And ByuN caught completely out of position. And this may just be game. This may just be game here and now. Oh, there's no saving it. Oh no, the CC goes down. And just like the last game, the third base falls. And what can you do? ByuN, he's down a base, down an economy, caught completely off guard, and ByuN's all in. At this point, ByuN, he has to be all in. He has nothing left behind this here. He has no 4 CC as a backup. Again, ByuN, he made the decision to go for harassment across the map instead with the Ravens. Means he had no defensive disables himself. And it's all or nothing. It's all or nothing here for ByuN. Is pushing. And back at home, all that Kira has to do is survive, is defend. Defend, survive, maintain that lead. Easier said than done. Kira, he does not have a spotter unit, but he is sieged. Kira sieged up. Kira does have the tank lead. He's even on Ravens. He's ahead in Vikings. Third CC on location. God. ByuN getting his third on location. He scans. Ooh, runs into the tanks. Yeah, brutal tank shots going up. Does take down the first tank. Gets into the mineral line. Not bad. Nice tank volleys from ByuN. But he's going to be trapped here. He has to pick up. He has to get the hell out of here. Medevac goes down. ByuN does get 20 SCVs. The Raven, the Viking. The Viking and the Mavis get 6 SCV kills. Likewise, another 14 here on the low ground. Not bad. 20 workers going down. ByuN? Okay. I see you. Snipes the Viking, very efficient. ByuN gets a lot done there, but what's scary is the army. Like Kira, he still has that army lead, is still up in tanks, still with that Raven as well. ByuN's not done, goes back in with the Raven. Gets more SCVs. And ByuN, he's somewhat recovering. He's not there yet. He hasn't recovered yet, but he's getting there. Here comes Kira. Kira gets spotted. Oh, no, that was a critter. Kira's pushing. There we go. There's the scan. The Raven will be able to, disable. Locks down one of the tanks. ByuN attempts to stem in. And can he break through that ByuN line? He cannot. He does not break through. Will lose one of his tanks at the same time, though. Gets into the mineral line. ByuN, he gets in. Through 6 SCV kills. Getting even more damage done. CC on fire. Drops into the main base. ByuN, you're not meant to win this game, you know? You lost the third, Bobby. You remember what happened in game 1? ByuN, you're not meant to be here. What's going on? We lose the tank, though. I mean, Kira's still getting around. Like, Kira, he's still ahead. He's still ahead. Kira still has a terrifying army. ByuN is going to pull the boys. Oh, God, it's a rough decision. Does pull them. And ByuN will lose everything here. Yeah, he'll lose 18 SCVs. That was not it. That was not the play. ByuN, he misjudged how many tanks there were. And Kira should still have this. But, I mean, ByuN is not going down without a fight, is what I will say. He's making Kira work for it. ByuN is not just going to roll over. Nah. Double drop towards the natural. Kira out of position. Likewise, drop into the main. Oh, ByuN does have the better upgrades, barely, but alas, he's being overwhelmed. Likewise, drop goes down to the main base to the Viking. And even though there was some impressive moves here by ByuN, still not enough. Still not enough to overcome that deficit. Yeah, ByuN is just going for the base trade. In a sense, like he's moving out across the map. He knows that he cannot break the siege line. And instead, ByuN is going for one big Hail Mary play. And ByuN has 2-2, so his upgrades are better. And there's a chance here. So Kira, he's out of position with his own bio army. So ByuN could try to get on top of these 3 tanks. Only 2 of them are sieged. The counter scan there. Yeah, counter scan. Kira does siege up. ByuN sharking around. Looking for a better angle. Kira, he's moving in. And Kira does what ByuN wanted to. Like Kira, he finds his way into the natural. Boys are being pulled. It's going to be rough defense here for ByuN. Likewise. Oh no! Tries to drop into the main base. Here he will shut him down. Full medevac goes down. Brutal pickoff. Ay. With that, ByuN is working towards 3-3. Like, there's still kind of again, like he's relying on Kira making mistakes. Is ByuN's hope. ByuN, he's hoping that Kira messes up. The Cure, he unsieges, and he's caught with his pants down. Then he moves out at the wrong moments. Then he picks up everything to a medevac and loses everything. Oh, ByuN is going for the breakouts, and he will break out. Takes down all the tanks. Not the cleanest trade, but he does break the siege line. Okay. Does break out. Meanwhile, drop into the natural. Oh, and yeah, Curie's going to surround. He's going to just completely shut this down. He swallows up the army. And as impressive as this was out of ByuN, he was just too far behind. GG gets called, and Cure ties up the series 1-1. Ooh, GG. GG, well played. Again, it was insane seeing ByuN lose his third base, counterattack, and get 20 SCV kills. That was a crazy move out of ByuN, very impressive. Despite that, wasn't enough to recover, wasn't enough to bounce back, but impressive nonetheless. GG, well played. Cure, all he had to do was just maintain himself, was just defend, survive, and with that, he was able to do that well enough. Did that well enough with that. GG. GG, well played. We're making our way into the ace match. It all ends here. It all ends on Ultra Love. All ends on Ultra Love. Let's go. So you're getting to the final game of the series. Match 5. This is the elimination match. The winner of the series will advance on to face off against Shin in the decider match. So technically this is match 4, not 5. Here we go. This morning in the top right hand corner of Ultra Love, we have our South Korean Terran player, the Red Terran, representing Shopify. It is ByuN. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner, we have the South Korean Terran player, the Blue Terran, representing Team Liquid. It is Cure. Ooh, here we go. But again, this is the elimination match. The loser of the series will be eliminated from the tournament. It will be the first to make it, or to be eliminated from Group B. And this could go either way, to be honest. Could go either way. We have seen these two go back and forth in TvTs in the past. We'll see who comes out on top this time, as we do have a double gas opener out of Cure. Once again, going double gas into a faster factory. ByuN, for the first time this series, is looking to shake things up a little bit here. Again, ByuN game 1 and game 2 did open double gas into faster factory, into Reaper Hellion in the early game. This time, only one gas. What does this mean? This means a faster command center, a greedier build by ByuN. So ByuN is going for a greedier build, is going to be more economic, which means we've already taken our roles here. ByuN is going to be the defender, Cure is going to be the aggressor. As there's that CC. There's that command center on the way, as Cure throws down his factory. Here we go. But yes, the match is live. Typically, if we do have a replay cast, then it is usually stated in the title of the stream. Usually it's stated like replay cast. Or if you do like a bracket command for replay cast, it would say that that the bracket command would be unavailable to avoid spoilers. So there are a couple of tells if a broadcast is a replay cast. But no, we're live. Here we are live. And we'll see how this does turn out. For the time being, we're just building up. And again, as I mentioned, Cure, he should be the aggressor initially, building up his initial Reaper Hellion. Cure will be the first to move out. It's going to be up to ByuN to maintain himself, to minimize losses back at home, to make sure that he has a solid economy, solid mineral count, or worker count, I should say. Getting into his own 1-1-1. Cure does force his way into the main base. Oh, Reactor Hellion's still in production. And ByuN has to back off. He will lose one SCV. One SCV goes down. Denied mining at the natural. Nice start here for Cure. Does want to respect the Hellions, but nice damage nonetheless. Oh, as he is going to get burned. We'll lose a Reaper. Alas, Cure does overextend. Has to pull out. Does have to pull out. Behind this, Cure going for a tank drop. Ooh, it's been a while. It's been a hot minute since we've, I mean, in general, it's been a while since we've casted TvTs, just because we cast a lot more TvPs than usual. But we are going to be opening up with a tank drop, a hyper aggression out of Cure. I believe the goal with this tank drop is going to be to try to get within range of the production, set up here outside of the main base, and to lay siege upon the main as well. I would imagine. Like, you can also try to set up here towards the left-hand side instead, as the medevac has arrived. And Cure, he has yet to unsiege. Never mind. I assumed he was going for a tank drop. May just be waiting for a second tank instead. Again, the tank count is in favor of Cure. Okay. Leaving his tanks at home, just going for the bio drop instead. Just moving out with the marine drop. So less dedicated. Very much so. Is going to be less dedicated. ByuN, he moves in for some harass. Does hit the natural. Ooh, and we actually are pushing. Okay, typically we move out with the tanks, I mean, alongside the medevac, but it's going to be a bit of a later move out instead here by Cure. Ooh, medevac is going to be locked upon. Lock-on is brutal. Medevac takes a lot of hits, but Cure, he is committing. So it's the push that we assumed out of Cure, except just he got here in a bit of a different way. Moves out. ByuN does run into him. Ooh, takes down the initial Reaper and the Hellion. Tank does siege. And Cure is pushing towards the natural. He's pushing towards the natural. He's not going for the main. Again, he's got two tanks. Back at home, also does get a couple of SCV kills. And ByuN to defend against this, he'll most likely to pull the boys. It's not going to be pretty here. SCVs are going down. Here comes the disable. Not quite. He's going for the auto turret instead. The boys are being pulled. Will collapse on top of the tanks. The first tank goes down. He gets one. And he should get both. He should get both tanks. It will cost him a lot of SCVs. But he has to counterattack immediately. As he takes down all three tanks, we'll lose 11 SCVs in the process. 11 workers go down. ByuN recovering. He's got his tanks. The Vikings are on the way. And looking at the units count here, ByuN, he's up in tanks. He's up in Ravens. The one thing he doesn't have is Vikings, as he's also down in SCVs. So ByuN is down in workers, and oh, he might not push out until he has Stim. Stim is on the way, third CC as well, so looks like we have our answer. ByuN, instead of counterattacking, is rushing into a faster expansion, a faster third. Meanwhile, do you see what I see? Starport, 2 base all in. Cure, he's going for a 2-port, 2 base all in, going mass Viking into Liberator. And ByuN is being greedy. And concerned for ByuN. Does get a Viking though. Gets one. Oof, gets the medevac. Nice disable on the tank. And Cure is being chased down. He's being hunted down here. He will not escape. He will not get back home. As Cure, he will lose everything. GG gets called before he can 2-base all in. He gets shut down. And ByuN will take the series 2-1, advancing on to the decider match. GG. Ooh. GG, well played. Cure being overly aggressive. He was getting ready for a 2-base all-in. The purpose of that second starport is to get into Viking and then get into Liberator production and try to win with air control. To try to just go for the all-in, win with air control. Unfortunately, as we saw, we had that Cure, he was caught in the open. He was caught out in the open, out in the center of the map, and he lost everything there. GG. GG, well played. Could not get into his own all-in, and with that, ByuN takes the series. ByuN does take the series. ByuN does advance on, and we have one series left. My condolences to Cure. Cure, he is the first player eliminated from the group stage, or from Group B. Cure is out of the tournament. We have one series left. Up next, after the break, is going to be a best of 3 between ByuN and Shin. Oh, let's go. Let's go. ByuN and Shin, they are about to face off. They have avoided each other thus far. They have not faced off so far in the tournament until now. So vetoes are underway. We're going to be going on a short break, and when we return, we will have that final matchup of the night. We'll see you guys in a couple of moments. See you soon. See you soon, Pappy. See you soon. Take this moment to get some snacks, get some food, get some water, drain your disruptors, massage your marines, and get some snacks. We'll be back soon with our final series of the broadcast. See you soon.